seven seas and the gales they may blow. Way, hey, roll and go. The Hellborn she's rollin' and steady she goes. Mind him or you'll sink below. Heave along, bullies, ye Hellborn crew. We'll see the next port as we always do. Our weather-eyed captain can never fail. The sun's in the skies and the wind's in our sails. We're crashing o'er breakers, a crew full of debts. Way, hey, roll and go. The old man's a-driving us past our regrets. Mind him or you'll sink below. Heave along, bullies, ye Hellborn crew. We'll see the next port as we always do. Our weather-eyed captain can never fail. The sun's in the skies and the wind's in our sails. Favor repaid and a good turn done. Way, hey, roll and go. The skipper is set on the homeward run. Mind him or you'll sink below. Heave along, bullies, ye Hellborn crew. We'll see the next port as we always do. Our weather-eyed captain can never fail, as the sun's in the skies and the wind's in our sails. Dark clouds arise and there's rough seas ahead. Way, hey, roll and go. Who's got redemption and who is left dead? Mind him or you'll sink below. Heave along, bullies, ye Hellborn crew. We'll see the next port as we always do. Our weather-eyed captain can never fail, as the sun's in the skies and the wind's in our sails. Rain and the waves putting wet to the decks. Way, hey, roll and go. We'll all keep on sailing or all to the depths. Mind him or you'll sink below. Heave along, bullies, ye Hellborn crew. We'll see the next port as we always do. Our weather-eyed captain can never fail, as the sun's in the skies and the wind's in our sails. The sea is a devil, the sea is a god. Way, hey, roll and go. Our master's found bearing where angels have trod. Mind him or you'll sink below. Heave along, bullies, ye Hellborn crew. We'll see the next port as we always do. Our weather-eyed captain can never fail, as the sun's in the skies and the wind's in our sails. Light of the morning shines, captain is true. Way, hey, roll and go. He's driven the Hellborn safely through. Mind him or you'll sink below. Heave along, bullies, ye Hellborn crew. We'll see the next port as we always do. Our weather-eyed captain can never fail, as the sun's in the skies and the wind's in our sail.
And we're back for more adventures aboard the high seas. Hello, everyone, and happy International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Oh.
What better day for a pirate adventure? Z! You find your sleep restless. Another night in the grove, amongst the plants, bringing you only more questions. They keep bringing new plants in. And if plants can travel, why can't you? Certainly you've got more autonomy. Why, they were carried here. Lights blink as they float free from flowers surrounding you. A feline face forming as it mouths something. You're not quite sure. Wisps and fireflies flit about, trying to maintain the creature's form as their mouth continues to move. They speak swiftly, and you only pick up a few words. Fate, ocean, and seek them. The night air chills around you as wind blows and clears clouds from the sky overhead. The stars shine brightly as the paths around you illuminate. What starts as a circle of lights around your feet expands out and forms a path leading you towards the shore. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Fate of the Ocean. last we left our intrepid party, they were making their way into a cave where Z had noticed several lights and eventually uncovered that the lights indicated the presence of a number of undead as they began to wink out after some were slain. Swimming down into the cavern, the lot of you have found small palisade walls and see an animated broom move out and sweep dust into the water in your direction before moving back behind the wall, continuing its chores. What's everybody doing?
Okay, so...
Yeah.
Okay, if I was to say this place is definitely haunted, I feel like that is something that, as a crew, we've already established this place is definitely haunted. But that's a magic broom? Surely someone has to be alive to be making it be magic, right? So maybe there's living people here as well.
That's
We
bad.
heard voices, just like before.
It's voices.
Probably.
Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure this is in no way how this spell works. Okay, I have something. I have something which I think will work. That'll make us like completely unremarkable. We can just, if people see us, they're going to look at us and be like, oh, they're nothing, and then ignore us. Possibly even if they've never seen us before, and if, you know, they're the only person here. Maybe it'll make us look like ghosts. We could try and sneak around. Or, Zora, we can bust some heads if there's anyone there.
I mean, I could look and see if how many there might be. Listen out, see if there's, well, I mean, I don't want to brag, but too many for me, probably not, but too many for us, you know, I don't want to, like, hog the spotlight.
Yeah, exactly. We're a team, and it would feel bad if you're the one destroying everything. No, I get it.
I think you
Don't
should
wanna be
brag
too
more.
So you want to just go in, you know, fucking guns blazing.
Or we could just shout at them, let them know we're here. Maybe they don't want to fight us, and maybe they'll give us their treasure like the last guy did.
Zora, like, straightens up really tall
Ooh.
and takes in a really deep breath and goes, Oi!
Oh, shit.
Come out here. We got people. You got company. Hello?
So we're heading up
Put
the
some
water.
tea on.
We were at the bottom of like a pool.
Yeah, you are floating.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are above water. You can walk up the gradual shore to the small palisade walls there.
I was hoping they'd come out and, like, receive us so we wouldn't have to just, like,
Oh, they might.
yip in their space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can hear the fall of heavy steps as something approaches.
I mean, all right, crew, make yourself ready. Like, make yourself look presentable. We're just about to meet someone.
Is there any light?
I mean, we're treading
down here?
water, but...
Like how much light there is?
There isn't a ton of light, but you can see this standing armor as it leans down and peeks an empty helmet through to look at you. And stomps 5 times.
I don't think that's a person.
How many cultures are there where 5 is good? If pirates, is 5 good with pirates? Is 5 like a positive, like, yeah, come in? Knock 5 times and enter.
Nothing rings a bell to you, but you do look around and you're like, well, damn, there's only 4 of us, as Bailey once again forgets to count themselves.
Do they look agitated, armed? Like they're coming at
They
us?
are armed. They are carrying a glaive, but they don't appear to be approaching. They are just standing with their empty eye sockets of their helmet peeking through and counting how many are out.
Great. Can I walk up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna head on over here. Hello. Sorry to intrude. Kinda came here by accident. Well, on purpose. Well, the map showed us this place on accident. Then we came on purpose, and well, there were ghosts up there, so we figured it couldn't be much worse down here. You good for company, or should we skedaddle?
Company hasn't come in so long. Do you have an appointment?
Ooh, no. Forgot to book it. Lost track of ye old Quill. So if you could just see if there's room for a walk-in. What do you take appointments for, anyway?
Lord Prim requires appointments for conversations.
Oh, that good a conversationalist, then.
Not something of my choosing, but conversations are not my strong suit. You see, I have limited intelligence, as I'm told.
Oh, you seem mighty smart. You knew how many of us there were. That's better than I can do some days.
People say that about me all the time, and I'm a great conversationalist.
Oh, great. Well, you could let your friend know, we'd like to come on in, but, no harm. If he can't, make time for us, we understand.
Understood. Please wait, or divest yourselves of water. And the armor steps back into the building.
As soon as he turns and steps away, turns to Nick. The fuck does divest mean? I mean, to get out of the water?
I think it means give someone else the water. So we
We don't need. I just can't give someone else water. It's all around us.
We're gonna get it off of us. I think it just means get out of the water.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think that's all it is. We don't have to be wet anymore, gang.
All right, that's good.
So yeah, you are invited into this small open space beyond the palisade walls, where the broom is currently sweeping things up. Not making a ton of sense, as the broom is sweeping loose dirt and rocks in a room full of loose dirt and rocks. But there are a number of crates, barrels of food, packages, and combustible barrels in the northwest corner.
Delicious. Good to know.
What is with people living alone underwater?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Quite odd.
that's true.
Helpers.
With barrels of stuff that would be really good on our ship with like a robot magical companion. This is the twice in a row, right? That's a weird.
It's kind of a live theme.
Yeah. It's like the motif of our journey.
Do you think they have anything to do with the ghosts up top? Or just unrelated happenstance?
That is a killer point. I'm in the room. The direction of the door.
Yes.
Does that correspond with the direction of where the ghost was. Like the 100, because the ghost couldn't move like 120 foot past its original death point. Is the location of the general area of that death point in the same direction of where this person is coming from?
That is an excellent question. What kind of navigational skills does Captain Bailey have?
Oh, come on, baby. I gotta get something.
I know you have your I know what time it is forever and ever down to the second.
Yeah. I mean, I have ancestral memories. I can choose any non-law skill. And I just get knowledge from the like essentially my bloodline. So
Okay.
maybe I've literally just clocked that I've accidentally kind of made Sly Raccoon from the Sly Raccoon PlayStation series, because he has the exact same thing. So
Good
maybe
game
there was
series.
like a beautiful game series. I love it. Turned me into a furry. It's irreparable damage to a whole generation. Like a great granddad of mine who was also a sailor was like so good at navigation that it's kind of like Bailey connects to that through some weird like magical means.
Okay. So, Bailey, having just discussed your past with Nick, you see a vision of this very proud sea captain in your head, sailing something much larger than the Hellborn, calling out orders left and right. And for just a moment, you gather his intense knowledge and pull back to look around and almost see a compass in front of you, pointing out that this would be heading north into the ship's graveyard, roughly the direction that the ghost was coming from and could not go beyond.
There's this like light wind that kind of like echoes through this cavern, this like natural, like it's a wind that is like slightly warm with this like sea breeze cool, and it gives this like aura of adventure. If like when it hits you, it just smells like being on the open sea. And there's like a slight shift in Bailey where he seems possibly slightly taller, slightly different, like feline, version. As he like kind of just like looks to the north, which is, so this door is going that way.
Correct.
Is going into the
Yeah, it's the west of this space, but it is north where the ghost was coming from.
That's the direction. That door is the direction of where that ghost woman was, which means that there's a chance that the person passed here, or whoever lives here, is part of that crew. If they were a ghost, or maybe there's someone who led them here. I don't know.
Has anybody else here ever interacted with, like, necromancers, things like that? Anyone?
Not my specialty.
I mean, I've probably met a few in my time, but that's
Sure.
about it.
Yeah, been round.
Like they stopped it for a drink or something. I don't know. It's not like they
Sure.
were raising the dead behind the bar.
That would be a neat bar trick, though. I would
That would
drink
be,
pretty heavily for that.
yeah. I probably should have thought about that.
Well, I'm just thinking maybe whoever's back there is not part of the crew, but maybe they're the reason for all the undead up top.
We'd best
Yeah,
be
I
on
hear
our
that.
guard.
That the door is connected to the host, and whatever's going in here should also be connected.
Mm.
Yeah, you can see the 4 lights still floating around this space.
Can I just, Matt? Can I make a, like a general survival check to just like. I wanna, as we're sitting here, I just wanna clock like all my exits, like
Okay.
my pathways in and out.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna use a hero point to reroll that. Okay. That is an 11 plus 17 is 28.
28. Okay. So, the space that you're in is rather limited, and there is the door ahead, which conceivably leads somewhere, but probably not out. So it appears your only path to relative safety is floating back to the surface. Now, you can see amongst the items in the room that there are several flotation barrels that are marked that you could use to ascend to the surface faster.
Oh. The guy who left us is still gone from the room, right?
Yeah, you can hear him approaching.
So just in case we need to make a quick getaway, gang, just before this guy comes back, these barrels, they're gonna like suck us right up to the top.
Those 3 white barrels are all marked with clouds above water, indicating that they are intended as flotation devices. So if you put them in the water, they will suck you to the surface.
Yeah. So just, just in case, grab one if we have to run.
I guess we're gonna wait for the
Yeah. Bailey's pretty heartily in the room because, yes, we could run, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. We went all the way down here. We might as well go in.
And the armor returns. Well, it appears that the schedule for this day has been cleared. You are in some luck. Do you wish to speak as a party or individually?
We're a crew. I think speaking as one crew is suitable for us. Tell me about the person in charge. No, tell me about the person in charge, not you're the person in charge. I started saying something and I went somewhere else. Tell me about the person in charge, please, Mr. Suit of Armor, your maker.
Excellent conversational skills have been noted.
Yes. Nice.
Every is sought by many for a variety of skills, particularly their magics. Some for conversation, some for fortune-telling, some for a deal that none other may offer.
Cool. That sounds good to me. Does everyone else
How's everybody else feel about that deal, actually? Just temperature check.
Zora kind of like scratches their head and is like, I've been trying to like be a little more self-aware, so I'm down to do whatever.
Oh, good. I'm glad self-awareness is not making you any less cool.
Trying.
Very well.
Just shrug.
Yeah, whatever you want.
We don't need to take the deal. We can hear about.
Oh, and to clarify, not everything is a deal. Like, the armor is just telling you things other people have sought here in the past.
Okay. All right, then. let's see your friend, fellow, boss, whatever.
Very well. If you'd follow me, please. And steps through into the next room.
Let's get it.
Another one?
Yes, there are multiples of us. For security purposes. You see, not everyone comes here with the best of intentions.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, hate those people.
you got great intentions.
Yeah. Haven't had guests in a while. Looking at the tables and chairs that I imagine
Yeah.
are kind of dusty.
So, scattered about this space, particularly you, Z, having looked for alternative things, you recognize that many of the items in this room, all of the furniture, looks like it is constructed from a ship's hull. Whatever ships have been crashed here are repurposed into adorning furniture and other items. Nothing terribly fancy, but it does serve the purpose. And you see as the one suit of armor that did not approach goes and sits down, and the bench sags heavily under its weight. You understand why they might not care about the quality of items in this room.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So the other, the armor that greeted you will lead you through to the next space, or you can check things around in this room if you so choose. There is a small stove here on the northern wall. There is a water barrel and what looks like dried pots and pans hanging on the eastern wall. And then a collection of strange green goop in barrels on the southern wall.
Before I go in, I want to cast the True Seeing on myself.
Okay.
It lasts for 10 minutes, and my purple eyes turn into like snake eyes, but still in
Dope.
purple.
Okay. Does anybody have any visual changes to their character that are provided by magic that Z would see through?
No, actually, no.
Not
Mm-mm.
me.
Alright. So, in the next space, you see there are 5 beds neatly prepared. Some with an assortment of traveling clothes and items. Most notably, Nick. You see a very familiar blade laid upon the bed.
Oh? Oh? Mine? My blade?
It doesn't bear the notches that your
Oh.
blade had, but it is the same build.
Huh. You come across that recently? That one over there?
It has been here for... and looks up and begins to tap. Approximately 7 hours.
Oh. Interesting. I, happened to lose one, just like it. No more than 7 hours ago. Total coincidence, of course. Not accusing you of anything. Just sort of... whooshed right out of my hands.
Every's space is home to many lost things. If you believe it to be yours, claim it. There is no price.
Oh. Alright. I go take it.
Okay. So you have a lovely your elven curve blade again.
Oh. Look, guys, got my sword back.
Oh, nice.
Man. Fuck yeah. Do you you got my binky I lost like 25 years ago.
And just glances around the room. There, and points to the small shelf next to the longest bed.
Zora's eyes just like fill with tears, and they get like their face just softens for a second, and then they like realize that they're with their friends. They like tighten back up again. And they like go over and like just kind of swipe it off the shelf and put it in their pocket really fast.
You got baby teeth in here too? What is this place?
This room is designed to restore those who visit and provide what they have lost should they seek it. All that you find may not be what it once was. It could be greater. It could be repaired. It could be fundamentally different. And Nick, you hear, "Why yes, fundamentally different indeed." A small voice in the back of your head.
Everybody else hear that?
No.
Nope.
Hear what?
Tiny little squeaky voice, kind of puny little, weak little voice, just this little silly voice of a silly little guy. Not really anything impressive, but just happens to be saying some things to me.
I didn't think we were getting into insults already.
No, silly's not so bad. I'm sorry, who are you and why are you in my head?
Why are you carrying me and have me sheathed?
I'm sorry. I should have started much simpler than that. Who are you?
Names are quite powerful things for artifacts. Perhaps we shall start with, I am your weapon, for now.
A little impersonal. But, alright. And, you've been a silly little guy this whole time, or this new development in your weapon identity?
As the creature said, not everything that arrives here arrives as it was, and perhaps this is a change for the better, perhaps this is an annoyance you will have to deal with when you unsheath me and wield me in combat.
No, I think we're gonna be just fine. Hey, gang, I got a talking sword. I got a talking sword.
Whoa!
None of you better one up your friendship with me, because I'll replace you with this sword in a second.
Yeah, but is it
Any one
funny?
of you. What'd
Is
you
it funny
say?
though? Is it funny? Is that jokes?
Well, it's got
Like, it's
kind of
funny.
a little twingy little voice. I think that's pretty funny all on its own.
So it's
and
like-
it's a sword. I don't know.
Yeah, but like, is it like snarky or like sassy? You know?
No, seems a little dry so far. You know any jokes? Weapon?
You want jokes? Are you
Yeah,
saying that I'm just, as a sword, not good enough to cut it?
Oh, little funny actually. A little bit funny.
Yeah?
Very good. Not like, haha, wouldn't put it on a stage or anything, but like, you know, it's good to pass the time. I think well done. We'll get you a book or something.
All right, so my job's fine then.
Yeah, you're all right.
Oh, cool. The rest of you gotta watch out though.
That's
The
true.
sword's got a lot of personality apparently.
Well, it's only speaking to Nick, so I don't think he can lead a ship. So I feel like I'm pretty good.
Can't lead
But-
ships.
At leading a ship,
Can it lead?
Are you asking the sword if it can lead a ship, or questioning Captain
No,
Bailey's skills?
I'm asking Captain Bailey if they can lead a ship.
I'm asking the sword.
I'm
Bailey's
sorry.
like, I'm gonna fucking destroy this fucking sword. This fucking sword. This fucking sword is stepping to me too early. Not having it. I'm already feeling anxious about being able to lead this ship. This sword's not gonna.
All right, well, I gotta tell you, Mr. Godman, pretty impressed with your room of mystical memories coming back to us. So overall, really having a great time here so far.
A pleasure to hear. Do you require rest before speaking with Every?
Okay.
We had a scuffle with the ghosts outside, but also lost people. I apologize, whatever you want to refer to them as. I don't think we actually need a.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
think
fine.
I mean, I'm happy.
Anybody need rest? No.
Ah.
We're all good then. We can keep going on.
Very well. Make your way through, and gestures to a sheet in the eastern wall. And Every will greet you.
It's fucking spooky. Ooh, shiny.
You are in a room full of shiny objects.
Mm. Mm. Ah.
And
Is there
you
just
hear-
like okay? Is there like a very nice looking crystal just like on the table, on a table somewhere? Because I see there's a lot of shiny things.
yes,
I think
you
this
there
gonna
are.
one's very expensive. Yeah, I'm just gonna batter it until it falls down. Oh my
There
god!
are
Look.
so many shiny things in this space.
That's my crystal. I can't believe I lost that so long ago. Well, since it was mine, it loses
Better
it,
help
and it is
yourself.
theirs. I'm just gonna. There we go. I'm gonna try and pocket one, just a nice, an expensive-looking gem or crystal.
Okay, go ahead and make a
Oh,
thievery
it's
check.
mine. It's mine. I lost this so many years ago. Okay. Let me look for what my thievery is. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle. Oh, plus 18. Come on, heroes. Up. Oh, I got crit fail. Fuck. 0 point. Fuck you. I'm not taking it. 0
Good,
point.
good. Oh my god, I was gonna kill
Not
you.
having this dicey little thing be a crit one. Wow. Okay, so that was a 4. So altogether, that is a 22. Plus 18 in thievery.
Wow,
But it's still very bad. And this dice is going in
You-
the fire.
you are lucky because I rolled just as poorly.
Oh, very good.
As you see a weight settle into the cushions of the chair, as a dampier appears in this space.
Oh, shit.
Well, that can't be good.
Hello. I see you have come for an appointment. Might I assist you?
Well, we was just curious, really. We wandered over here, we found the ghosts up top, and we heard some noise down here. A couple of our things were returned to us, which is pretty neat, if you ask me. And we just kind of wanted to meet whoever was down here, find out what's going on in this place.
Well, a pleasure to meet you. My name is Every. And you are Nick, I believe.
Sure.
And Captain Bailey.
Yes.
And of course, Zora, Z, and Nanette.
All right.
Word travels
pleasure.
fast. We love that. Hello.
So, do you seek information, items, deals, the pleasure of my company, a lovely cup of tea? You did ask for a cup of tea, did you not?
I'd love some tea.
And
T
they
for
will
Z.
hop over to the table and gather up a few different herbs and mushrooms and crush them up in a mortar and pestle and set on to make tea.
Hey, can we have a team? Can we have a Hellborn team hustle just real quick, just like in this corner as we wait for tea? Of course, thank you so much. Hey, gang. So what are we doing? What do we want? This guy's like knows our names. Is probably like super duper powerful. Seems chill enough. Do we want to like ask him to make us the most powerful crew in the seas? Because he can do that, right?
That sounds like it would be a deal.
Yeah. I mean, we'll ask what the terms are first.
How about we ask him about the ghost and then figure it out from there?
All right, that's a good idea. Okay, I'm in. All right. So, turns from the huddle. We got a bit of a ghost problem. Ugh.
Less of a problem, but did they give you any issue?
Yeah, they did try to kill us. Were unsuccessful, I might add.
Ah, well, pleasant to see that they're doing their jobs.
Oh, okay. Kind of want them to do it.
Well,
what's your name, bud? I didn't get your name.
I'm Every Prim. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Hey, Every. It's an absolute honor. So, you know about us because word travels fast and we're becoming, the most powerful sailors on these seas.
Certainly.
Absolutely. We kind of came here because we're doing some traveling and we're just, kind of bonding like a crew. And we found this place on this weird map that we have that was on the Hellborn name pending, but the Hellborn, the ship that we are all on. So because we stopped here, stories are all great and we love that, and I think it's so wonderful that you're here. But is there anything you need doing here? Any treasures that you got? Any, I don't know, something that you're just like, I don't really like. Those damn little creatures are in, my room. I'll give you hundreds of thousands of gold if someone could just take care of them, and then we can go take care of them, something like that.
So, you are mystical pirates whose reputation precedes you, and yet you wish to take care of small creatures locked in my closet. There is a frost giant in there you could take on if you so choose.
Well, I mean, obviously that wouldn't be our first port of call, but it's like, if you stop at, when you're on the road and you stop off at a services and it's like, well, I'm here, I might as well get a Mars bar. It's that kind of thing. Like, we're already here. We might as well get something.
Yes, I see. You have
might as well
arrived here
give you
both.
a hand and help you out.
You have arrived here both too early and too late, as usual.
Other people call that right on time.
Perhaps to some, but fate looks upon these things differently.
While they're
You
talking,
seem-
can I look around to see what I see?
Yeah. So, as Every is concocting their tea, everything they need is in this space. This whole wall to the south is filled with books, scrolls. You can see the shelves themselves sagging under the weight of the tomes that are here. And it's reinforced in places with different parts of the ship's hull, but even 4x4 beams are bending under the weight of the books. Many
And
in
then-
the center.
Anything like luxury?
Luxury?
Any illusions? Anything covering anything?
Oh, illusions. So, True Sight would let you see that the bed itself is an illusion. It's not something Every uses, but it makes people more comfortable to assume that they sleep. And you can see a small glowing box underneath this desk that is not available to the normal eye. And Every will turn to look at Nick and just, so you appear to have several questions.
Yeah, I mean, mostly I just want to know, are you the reason all those ghosts are up there?
Technically, yes. However, they are also the reason that I am here.
What's that mean?
Well, long ago, I was a member of a ship. We sailed and made what I now realize are many poor choices, and followed someone that had no chance of success. We found ourselves within the ship's graveyard, our lower decks already filled with water. We survived for some time. I, unfortunately, outlasted them all, but I cannot abandon my crewmates.
I pause you right there. I turn around to the rest of the crew and I stick my hand out. All right, who had money on yet another single soul surviving crew member? I can't believe it. I didn't believe it this time, but I'm gonna pony up. And I didn't think it would happen 2 times in a row. Who knew? Like you did.
Which have you met? Brenud, Darius, Zaphon?
Oh! Brenud!
You've met
It's
Brenud.
Yeah!
Yeah, I guess I forgot his name already. Sorry.
It's Brenud with, you know, Treknin is the robot friend.
Wondrous.
What's your like robot pal? That's mad, gang. I honestly stoked to the high heavens that we got that. That's amazing. If we make it a 3rd time, then we could be known for that. I don't really want to be known for finding lone men.
And who soul survivors and
Yeah, that's not
taking their
cool.
stuff. I don't know.
We should. Hey, gang, this is this is a Hellborn group thing. Yeah. Can we, you know, the next time, can we do some like, you know, piracy stuff, rather than helping just like a one guy that's sole survivor of something alone on an island. I just want to break the streak. I feel like if we find a 3rd, then it's like that's our thing. Then.
Well, but maybe we can do something here.
Yeah.
Like the lights went down when we killed that ghost. What happens if we kill them all? Like can they leave?
No, unfortunately, they find themselves cursed here, and I'm sure that he will return. And pulls out a small hourglass set from his pocket. And you can see that while 4 of them have sand at the bottom, 1 is currently running. And says, yes, it will be roughly 6 days' time, but he shall return.
You want to like help them move on or anything? You're just gonna kind of, are they happy? Are their souls good? They're just bound to the island where they died. They seem pretty pissed.
Well, the pieces of them that remain, yes, but It's not truly them. They have left this place. They are well beyond. Think of it like a recreation. When you watch someone dance, your mind makes an image of that, yes?
Yeah.
This is just the mind's image, interacting in the world.
Okay. Sure.
But you will still not leave.
And Every will crack a smile. Sleep is not something that I require. But I see you have been blessed. Although... And Z. He dead looks you up and down and winks. We all have our secrets, do we not?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, can we do something for you?
If you'd like, I would love to hear what the world is like. I don't often leave, and my last guest was... And flips open a calendar, and you see he goes back like 3 years. Ah, yes. 3.2 years ago. So what is the shape of the world? What's new? How do you plan to deal with Mroat? And looks at
Who?
Captain Bailey. Ah,
Who?
I see. Large frogman has a gun sword. Greatly dislikes
Oh.
you at the moment.
Yeah.
What?
So do most people, though. He's just a guy.
Weird frog guy is not exactly the state of the world. I mean, ask Nanette what the state of the world is like. Ask Zora. We've got better things to tell you about the world than some silly little frog who didn't catch us, by the way.
Twice. Didn't catch us twice.
Yeah.
First time
You're
was we
asking
were just...
the wrong questions if you
He
want to
just
know the
stepped.
state
He
of the
just
world.
stepped off of the boat. He can not like me as much as he wants. He stepped off the boat. If I leave
Very
the
good.
house, if I had a house and I walked out the house, I just leave the door wide open, and then someone else came in and took my shit. I can't be like, oh well, that's their fault. It's his fault.
But you can still dislike them for doing it, right?
Oh yeah, sure. But then again, a lot of people dislike me. I'm just kind of used to it.
Fair enough. Then, what of it? What can you tell me of the world, Nanette and Zora? What is something new to you?
Well, not telling children stories about not watching people have a good time. That's something I recently learned. The net was good enough to teach me. Also, I learned how to pick up on the silences, you know? Captain was saying a lot of stuff, but like not saying like the right stuff, like the important stuff, you know? And I somehow was taught to perhaps pay attention to what he wasn't saying and was able to give him some reassurance. And, I murdered a ghost. So, you know, state of my world, pretty chuffed in general.
Did I tell you or did I tell you? That's the right people.
I see. You are correct. And Every will walk over to Zora and pull out a small pouch and hold it out for you.
What's this?
A gift for a story well told.
Oh, right. Thank you. She like puts it in her bosom. She'll look at it later.
Okay.
Unless you think she
Nope.
should look at it right now.
Nope. Whatever your action is what your action is.
Cool.
And you, Nanette, this tale of not telling tales in front of children, though perhaps eavesdropping is not a skill a child should acquire.
Oh no, eavesdropping is definitely a skill a child should acquire. It's just what they're eavesdropping on, and the story that they were told, probably not appropriate for that young of a child. They can
That's
hear
fair.
stories about people having a good time, not that good of a time.
But what if it got romantic?
I mean,
What if it got romantic? That's what I'm saying.
That's what I said as well, you see.
Why are you saying that?
But I was told that perhaps that's not the right way to go about. You should first be concerned that the kid was in there, and then inform the child why it shouldn't have been, I guess.
you can see Nanette grow like visibly redder. And she's like, I also learned that I should have had a necromancer behind the bar raising the dead when I ran a bar.
That's just
That
good
would be
business.
quite if you had a bard and the raised dead, you could call them the necro dancers and make quite the coin.
Oh, that's so
See?
good. You're good at this. Do you want to join our ship? Be like our business
Happen.
liaison.
Zora was about to be
He's
like,
good at this.
Captain, do you think he wants to join a ship?
He's good at it.
Not you
He's good
too,
at the
Zora.
stuff.
Oh my god.
Do you want to join? Do you want to join the ship? You could again business liaison. If you want,
Business liaison.
you can see how the world is. You could come up with fun bits that we do in every town.
I do
ways to
find
make
that
money.
my skills are quite a bit more useful than that.
Yeah, but it's not about what you're good at. It's about what brings you the most joy. You know? What's important here in your heart of hearts? That's what matters. Not necessarily what you're good at.
In my heart of hearts. And just holds a hand against his chest. I'm afraid this heart beats no longer.
Your soul heart. You know what I mean. Like the heart of your soul. It's like
the
what
heart of the
what is it
cards.
that like the heart of the cards. Have you ever seen the play Yu-Gi-Oh? You know the play?
I can't say that I have, but I have
It's all
confidence
about
that
yeah. It's all about what brings. Just because you're good at something doesn't mean that that's what your whole life is. No?
and just because you're bad at something doesn't mean that it's the end of life. Right, Captain Bailey?
Okay, so
What's your fucking deal?
maybe he can't come with us.
Right to the
Alright.
point.
What's your thing? Are you like God? Are you a god?
No, certainly
You
not.
are-
What god would live in a small cave beneath the waves?
I don't.
Like, why
That's
do
weird.
you?
Yeah,
Why don't you just leave?
yeah. We can build you. Tell you what. Oh shit! Crazy idea. What is it about the ship that you don't want to join us on? Is it the sunlight? Because if it is, what we could do, we could build like a cool like house on the underside of the boat. Kind of weird cryptid stuff. You could live in that house. It would look exactly like this. And then when we need weird stuff, we can go under the boat. A fun legend will be born of like the witch that I don't know what you are. Witch is just general term. It's the witch that lives under the boat of the Hellborn ship. And then that's a cool. You could live in a big barnacle. We have so much stuff that you could join us with. I really, I feel like it's important for us to have at least open up a dialogue of you joining the ship.
As
You know
as
so much?
lovely as that sounds, I'm afraid that Tad and Melkor would be a bit overwhelming for my senses.
You and me both, innit?
Yes, see, just so boisterous, and it's hard to survive in a place where all you hear is all day long.
Well, that's why you could live on the underside of the ship in your own little house. Then it's just water, and then no one could bother you.
Yes,
Fine.
because magic, knows restraints about distances and wood being in the way.
I don't know. You know so much about us. I thought that you could make a really weird, cool, I don't know, zone. All right, though. Fine. Don't have to live with us.
I'll tell you what. What if you could come back and visit at any time? A permanent welcome.
Oh. Yes, that'd be wonderful. That works for me.
I must ask, though, how is your memory?
Mine?
Yes, you had quite the one out in the hallway there.
It's not really my memory. It's other people's. I'm just able to open the curtain and see a little bit of it before I shut it again. My memory's fine. I think. I don't think you can really know if your memory is okay, because how do you know?
Captain Bailey starts down the loophole.
Yeah,
What's this
that's
questioning
weird.
about? Will you just please get to the point with it, will you?
There are many points to be made. It's fun when things are cryptic, is it not? Do you not enjoy this, Nick?
No. Tell me
I
what
see.
the point is, so I can figure out if I like it or not.
Okay. Very well. All of you seek a purpose amongst the ocean. Have you discovered the center point of that purpose yet?
Not as
Anybody
far
got
as
a
I'm
center
aware.
point?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I sail the ship. That's a pretty good purpose.
You're doing
Yeah.
a great job at it too.
He's so good at it.
Thanks, mate.
I just want to travel a little.
Yeah.
They're really good at it.
I just
Okay.
keep seeing new places pop up on a map. Try to figure, better see it before it goes away. I don't know. Do you know the central purpose and you're just being coy and not telling us about it?
Well, yes, of course I do.
Cool.
Something got all of you into this, yes? A friend in need, a knock at the door, perhaps a pretty face in lights.
Yeah.
Something got you all out on this adventure.
What
Except
do you?
you. And looks at Captain Bailey. You're the only one that didn't have something drive you out the door.
I wouldn't say that.
The memories will come, but in the meantime, is there something I can assist you with?
I thought you said you knew the central purpose. Are you gonna
I
tell
knew-
it to us, or are you gonna play your little cat and mouse game with us?
Oh, but you're so close with even what you say.
Is
Am
it to
I-
do with the cat and mouse thing?
Can I roll and see if I'm smart enough to figure out what the fuck he's talking about?
I will say you don't even have to roll.
Okay.
As he is leading further into the conversation, he just keeps glancing at Bailey
Yeah.
as the central point that the party is collecting around.
So, okay.
Wait. Cat and mouse. You trying to be funny?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Who's the mouse in this scenario? I don't want to hear it's me. I will use this sword.
No one is the mouse in this scenario. You do have a cat. Perhaps the mouse is the thing you all chase together. But remember that a success of one is a success of all of you, and a failure of one is diminished by the accomplishments of the others. Each of you walked away from a thing alone, and yet here you are, 5 people underwater with a ship of your own, access to things in the world that you never thought possible. So what is it that keeps you from going further? What would make you free, Bailey?
Am I not already? I have a ship. I have these guys. Is that not what freedom is?
Are you free when you're pursued?
I don't know if I've ever not been pursued.
Right. I think the question is, what are we after? What are we searching for? What's the goal? And this cryptic fucker is not gonna tell it to us, so I think it needs to be you.
Is it not just us? I don't know.
Well, is that
Yeah.
it? Maybe you just wanted a crew and wanted us to travel together. Could that be it?
I mean, I like having people to rely on. Never had that before this.
Well, good. Well, hang on. Everybody. What do you want? Like, what are you searching for? What are you seeking? What would make this all worth it if we found it? Zora?
I mean, I came along because, friends and all that, but, I think for me, have some adventures, tell some stories, maybe have people know me when I walk into a pub.
Love that. Hell yeah. Oh, I would love to walk into a pub where people knew you too. That would be wicked. Z, what about you? What are you searching for?
Honestly, I just want to know people and towns. That's it.
I want to meet more folks.
Yeah, I grew up in a very small place where people from other places couldn't come in.
All right. So we gotta give you a bigger web then. All right. Love that. Nanette, what about you? What would make this all worth it for you?
I'm just here to have fun and see the world. Honestly, that's my only
Alright.
goal.
Perfect. Check boxes. And me, I'm just here to make sure you don't die, Bay. And if I'm being honest, could kiss you. I'd pretty much make this all worth it. Hey,
Gang, I don't want to be an after-school special here, and I feel like we're awfully close of doing it, but I came here because I wanted to find like a treasure, something that would mean that our whole lives would be set. And is the treasure the friends we made along the way?
I
Is
think
that
so. But I think that we can then also seek out treasure.
Actual treasure.
Yeah, but like first you gotta realize that we're the real treasure.
We're the real treasure.
Yeah.
And we're just seeing the world, and we're traveling and being pals.
That's it.
And that's kind of what it's all for. I never, I definitely never had that back home, and I guess I kind of pulled everyone in because I thought I like these people. I hope that they'd join us. So, does the
Did we
fucking
get your
Everett-
little riddle right, you prick?
Is it the friends we made along the way?
It's close enough. I will say, friends that you can rely on are an unbelievable treasure. And Nick, if you would, and you feel the map grow warm in your pocket.
Oh, goodness. All right. I look at it. That's it.
There is one location marked, labeled the Island Oasis. Do you know, most folks stay away because what good is an oasis on an adventure? But perhaps the treasure you seek is there.
All right. Do you want to come, or are you good here in your little underground lair with robots?
I could go for perhaps one more adventure.
All right. Did not think he was gonna say yes, gang. All right. Well, you know what? Welcome aboard. We're gonna find this oasis, I guess.
Very well, and this place will wait. Are you certain you don't wish to rest before we go? No harm.
I don't
We
think
can-
we need a rest. I think we're ready to go.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the second or third time we've been asked if we want to rest.
Maybe we do.
Maybe
It's
we do want to
fine.
rest.
Do you?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, are we just gonna sleep here in these beds filled with random people's childhood binkies and stuff?
I believe you'll find they are very specific people's childhood binkies.
Oh. All right.
Each of the beds should contain your belongings, should they be lost, should they be found for future use. The space is intended to make you who you could be.
Why us? Was this built for us?
I owe someone a favor from much long ago, and I intend to repay it.
Like someone who knows us.
Someone that is now just a memory.
Fuck.
Anyway, I'm like looking at the crew like, do you know, Sora, do you know a guy who's just a memory? You ever met someone who just like felt like a memory, see?
I mean, that frog guy feels like a memory, but I don't think he's talking about him.
No, that'd be pretty silly. Annette, you ever meet someone and you're like, this is more of a memory, less of a person?
That's a new one to me.
Yeah, I kind of thought so. All right. Well, okay. Best not look a gift horse in the sheets. I'll grab her sleep.
Okay. So, everyone gains the benefit of a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
You, for the end of the session, will reach level 15,
Oh
my
and your
days.
equipment will upgrade accordingly. And
Okay.
Bailey, in the midst of the night, Every will wake you. If anybody is a light sleeper, you may hear Every tap on Bailey's shoulder.
Does it count if I'm just real murderous about people touching Bailey?
Yeah,
I think I'm like a real good sleeper otherwise.
you just like
Bailey definitely has not slept because kind of knows what Every is talking about. Like, just is like, yes, I understand that when you're like, oh, they're a memory, I know what you mean. Oh, I kind of know what you mean.
okay.
So it's just like goes to like tap them and taps them, and then there's just like a nod from Bailey. Hmm.
So, Bailey, you find yourself in a place where your past has come. And you wear his face like it's yours and wear his colors. Do you know you wear your family colors?
Didn't I steal this coat?
Funny thing about fate, it always has a way of working out as it's supposed to. A stolen coat, an abandoned ship, a crewmate who perhaps betrayed someone you know. And now you have his boat. When you find a ship full of boots and one person walks away, do you think that person is a friend or a traitor?
Oh, I don't want it. I don't want the fucking legacy. This is,
You don't
I
need
I-
the
I-
legacy.
I want nothing to do with anyone who's has any shared blood with me at all. They left me. If they want anything to do with it, ghost or not, they're gonna have to reckon. They have to reckon with me, I guess. Because I'll kill a ghost. I'll kill a memory. I'll kill the whole thing. That legacy is mine and mine alone. No one else earned this.
No one else takes credit, and this is a time much long ago. I am 7 generations removed from the surface. Generations, Bailey. People you would never have interacted with set this place for you and your friends. You are the first to come here that will not pay a price for being here. You clear my debt. And now I can leave. If you'll have me, of course. Can't certainly enter a captain's ship without their permission.
Well, you're gonna have to deal with Tad, so.
Well, excitable children. At least I can prevent some trouble, perhaps. A handy trick, this, and he taps the side of his head.
All right.
All right.
Sure, you can come aboard.
Then the last piece of advice I'll offer is, the frog that follows you may look a fool, but he is possessed by something far greater than he understands. While he remains green, live your life. Do what you will, and he will always fall in the dust of your wake. Should he, however, turn blue, take your moment and prepare well. This is no cryptic remark, either. He will change and pursue you. It's just a matter of time.
Okay.
So, I want to say that Nick woke up when she heard Captain Bailey being summoned, but then she eavesdropped in and was like, that sounds fine. And she's gonna go wake up Zora. Be like, Zora.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
I'm up and I don't feel like going back to sleep. You wanna find out what a talking sword is like?
Yeah, always. Hold on. And she kind of folds up this, it's like this square or rectangle of fabric that's probably about like 2 feet by 2 feet, but on her frame is just like a tissue, basically.
Yeah.
But it's like tented like over her shoulders when you wake them up. And, and it's like clearly homemade, and they like fold it up and put it into their pocket.
Oh my god,
They're
that's
like,
so cute.
We don't need to talk about it.
Nope, no, of course not. Definitely
Right.
not going to tell the sword about it.
Oh my god, please don't tell. Oh my god.
I'll pull out the sword. I'm going to be like,
If that bloody sword says anything about my binky, I'm gonna freak out. Just letting you know.
hey,
Well, out of the
sword,
gate.
wake up. This is Zora, who I've never mentioned before. Have not said anything about yet. Would like you to meet them.
Hello, sword.
Hello.
So I hear you got jokes.
Some, yes. I've been told I have quite the sharp wit.
Sharp wit. Sharp. 'Cause you're a sword.
See,
Okay,
it's pretty
all right.
good.
All right, you're right. My job is safe. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, good job, Safe.
Quite
Real
good, though. Quite good. Yeah. It's good.
So, what's it like? Like, if I stab something with you, will you feel it?
Will I feel it? No, certainly not. But they will.
Oh,
Like-
yeah.
Yeah, but like you don't feel like the intestines and like the hot blood and like the like gristle that like spills
Squishy.
over you.
Oh,
You don't feel
no,
any of that?
no, it's not going to... That's not going to touch my blade. Come, I'm not going to sully myself like this.
Well,
Yeah, but that's your
Alright.
job, isn't it?
so,
Yes, in a manner. And you see a small gap, like less than a fingernail, between the blade itself and this bit of force that appears around it, extending out from the end of the blade, where, Nick, you're pretty sure you could reach further. You can extend that bit of energy beyond your normal step.
interesting. Ooh, can you see us? Like, do you know what I look like?
No, unfortunately, you're just a very bright presence.
That's a shame. Very good looking. Okay. Were you alive once? Or were you always a sword?
I was alive once, and chose to have myself forged into a weapon to protect those that I cared for. Or in turn, those you care for.
It's a bold choice.
Yeah. Do you ever does it ever end? Is it like alright, this many lives saved, this many killed, now you're free to move on or something?
Could I be a war axe if I wanted to?
Ooh, could Zora be a war axe?
Zora could indeed be a war axe, and Nick, you may one day find your sheath empty, as a new owner will have claimed the assistance I provide. But don't worry, Bailey will be safe until then.
I don't know, man. It's been like 5 minutes. He's already threatening to leave you. Not a good sign.
I'm sorry. Somebody could just summon you, and then you'll be out of my scabbard in like, like that's.
No, no, no. You have need of me now, which is why I'm here.
Oh.
One day that need will fade. Combat will not be something on your horizon.
Oh, so he says he's going to leave you when you're old.
Maybe not. I could settle down one day. Retire. On a beach somewhere.
Settle down.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, look, I got like 400 more years to figure it out. But I figure, eventually this is gonna get pretty boring. So I might. What kind of weapon do you think Nanette would be?
Oh, I don't know, like...
Nanette! Wake up! What kind of sword would you be?
I think that's a trick question. I think Nanette would be like brass knuckles, you know?
Oh, brass knuckles is
Yeah.
good for Nanette.
Something like beating you right in your fucking face.
Well, wait, what? Yeah.
In the meantime, Nanette's just laying there, kind of laughing to herself.
See? See, what kind of weapon would you be if you sentient weaponed yourself?
You just hear a heavy snore from Z as they continue on resting.
You know what? What do you think? What about the little guy? The little one we left back on the ship. What the heck was his name?
Tad?
Tad, that's the one. What do you think Tad's weapon he'd probably say like bag of rice.
Bag of grain.
Sentient bag of grain.
Oh,
Sentient bag of grain.
Well, I hope you like it, being a sword.
It's quite nice.
I'll
I'm
try to-
helpful.
I'll try to kill, the right people for you, or whatever. I don't know. That's it. That's all I really wanted to do.
Alright, so, as morning comes, we're going to take a brief break. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. Hang tight, folks.
open seas. On the
Nope, we're not doing that again. I gotta remember to turn that off. Nope. Alright, cameras are mostly in place. Professional production here.
It's not a stream without tech issues.
That's right.
Never.
So, as morning arrives, Every will wander around and make sure that everybody's awake and has access to whatever food, whatever items, and offers to the group that you may go into the back room where he has several magical items stored. With the fair warning to you, Bailey, that there is a statue of one of your ancestors in the space.
Yeah, you guys have fun. Oh, get this shit ready.
No frost giant, though.
What? Why? I don't understand. Come with us.
It's just a back room with a bunch of shit. I already got my magical items, and then like has the staff that they've been walking with, and the like magical cloak that they've tied around their waist, so it's kind of like a half like back cloak. I already got my star.
You don't want any more magic items. You're sat with what you've got.
Obviously, I do, but like if you find shit that's interesting, then yeah, call me over.
Well, I don't understand. Just come with us.
Fine. Okay.
Thank you. Weird.
So, I imagine we all go into the back room.
Yep.
In the small space in this back room, there are several locked and chained chests, each with a marking of your names. And Captain Bailey, yours sits here on the northern wall. And then Nick, Nanette, Z, and Zora in a circle around the room.
Fucking weird old man. Looking at the statue of
And then,
someone
yes,
who looks
there is-
very like him.
There is a statue of a weird old man in this space. And no matter how you move, the eyes seem to stare at you as you move about.
And does it look like a little like Captain Bailey?
It looks like Bailey put on some different clothes.
Captain, I don't want to alarm you, but that statue looks eerily like you.
I don't know how long ago, but we do share some blood somewhere.
Oh. Maybe this is all really your stuff.
No, we're a crew. This is our stuff.
Well, yeah, now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna open the chest.
Okay.
Do it.
So, inside the chest, you see a bandolier fitted with an array of different but clearly magical bullets, a set of matched pistols, and a set of scrolls. Normally something reserved for casting spells as a wizard, where you might save the scrolls. These are stories about sorcerers born into wizarding families across the ages. Not just yours, but many. And how many of them were left to the wayside, only to become astounding practitioners of magic. Things that the wizards in the family couldn't face up against and couldn't deal with the downfall of their own skill.
Yeah, maybe we're more alike than I care to acknowledge. And we'll take the book and kind of I just hold it. You hold the book. I don't know why I'm being weird about it.
Just hug the book a little bit.
I hug the book.
All right. And then, yeah, going around the room, each of you can find sets of equipment that, in these boxes, not only are they labeled with your name, but the equipment inside is tailor-made. Potions for things that you may not know how to handle, backup weapons, an ornate pistol for you, Nick, a rune of returning for your warhammer, and Nanette, in your chest, you do find rune-covered hand wraps of mighty blows.
Ooh.
And then at the very bottom, there's a large iron pan that just says, "For when you cast iron."
Clearly, somebody saw my tweet today.
Yes. And Z, you find a collection of plant seeds. Things that you aren't familiar with and have not made it to your home island. With instructions of how to care for each of them, they will best grow, and the things that they can produce at the end, whether it be things like ironwood or berries that can sustain you for weeks on end. Each of these plants is magically infused.
Happy Wiggle.
Happy Wiggles. Now everybody's got some fancy stuff.
Mm.
And I will send over all of the details in chat.
Yes.
And Every just nods. And so, is all of this to your liking?
Perfect.
It's like revering the statue. Yeah, I guess.
Captain, seems pretty clear to me that somebody went through an awful lot of trouble to make sure that you had a legacy. I don't know, just seems like maybe you were more wanted than you thought.
Nah, I don't see it like that. I think there's just some things that stick with you, no matter how many generations deep. Apparently having a boat and a kick-ass crew is one of them.
All right, whatever you say. And she sort of walks away again, a little with the same kind of disappointment as last time.
Okay. So you can all leave this space. Every suggests that you take the barrels of food, explosives, and other belongings that he has reclaimed from other ships. Hey, what are you doing outside the walls? Are there not walls there? Ah,
Sorry.
it's okay. There weren't any walls, so I'm gonna fix that right quick. Bunch of runaways. All right. So, Every will suggest you take the assorted belongings that he has recovered from various ships throughout the years, and offers. The broom does quite a good job. If you'd like something to keep your ship clean, without, of course, dispatching a member of the crew to swab after everyone.
Well, we sort of have Tad.
Yeah, we don't need a magical broom. We already got a kid with a broom.
Yeah, and I feel like he's really got to learn the ropes, you know?
It's character building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well.
If we don't give him a job, he's just going to be walking around. Things might get romantic, and if he doesn't have something to occupy his time, it's going to be a mess.
I think Tad is not gonna be with us for our entire future.
Oh, me either, but for the time being. We can always come back and get the broom if you need it.
Sure.
We ready?
As ever.
Ready as ever. You make your way back to the ship and can see Tad pointing to some of the rocks and telling the crew about things that are floating in the water. And you see him start to harpoon different barrels, and hear a slight boom as Melkil's like, no, don't touch that one, and shoots a cannonball ahead of the harpoon, exploding the barrel. You gotta read the markings on the barrel. You can't just... You're gonna hurt the ship. Captain will not be happy.
Well, we climb up. I'm gonna get close to Avery and ask him to keep Tad present.
You wish me to keep that he's present? Make sure that he's occupied with something at all times.
More like there's something about the kid. I'm not sure.
How long does True Sight last?
10 minutes. It's gone.
Okay, yeah, so it's been much longer than
That question's been asked, though, so I feel like we should recast it.
that. And, yeah, Every will just look at you and look at Tad and just a slight nod. I'll be sure to keep an eye on them. I'm sure it'll be interesting. And, pardon the intrusion, but do you mean to share?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Keep your secrets. And we'll wander over and start showing Tad, very basic prestidigitation style magic tricks.
Right.
So, map to the end of the world?
Well, or to this latest place that showed up on it. What was it called again?
It's labeled Island Oasis.
the island oasis. We're gonna find a nice place to retire early.
Well, I like the term sailing to the end of the world. Feels very moving into the finale.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, crew. Beta gets up and starts clapping. Everyone, listen up. We're sailing to the end of the world. Nick, plot a course. Zora, get the sails down.
Right.
Z, make sure we're not
Aye,
going to
aye,
be
Captain.
hitting anything. We're gonna be going across this ship graveyard that's no good, and make sure we have some good food for the journey.
Zay,
Alright,
can you
everyone.
make sure that frog's not out there looking for us? I know you like the crow's nest.
On it.
That's true, actually. We probably gonna come across our little frog friend again, but this time instead of running away, we are gonna make sure he croaks.
Nice.
There is like an actual sound of like.
I'm so sorry. I have to step away really quick.
Okay.
Sorry,
That's
man.
good. As a doo-doo. As Bailey walks up to the wheel of the ship.
All right. And Z, you do in the distance see the familiar sails of a sloop cresting the horizon. Not close. Perhaps an hour's sailing behind you.
I'll scream down. The frog is following us. About an hour behind us.
All right, Captain, do you want to have like a final show off? Like a showdown? Like a battle? Or you want to just like leave him in our dust?
Well, we've made all of our decisions together, so I think it would be rude if we didn't make this one together. What are you thinking? Face him off?
Z, how mad did he look? Did you face? Did you see in his eyes? Did he have rage in there?
I can only see the sails.
Well, did the ship look like it was sailing like enraged at all? Like were the sails like extra billowy? Were they flying like a real fucked up flag?
I would imagine they were pretty mad after we tried to drown him and hit him with barrels and stole the ship and all of that. I would say, yeah.
And insulted the crew and just said, sorry, your captain was too easy to kill.
Yeah, all right. I don't know. I mean, like they're gonna be like real tired after like sailing a full day, so maybe it is better to take a stand now. Maybe.
All right.
Or at the same time, we've like got shit to do, you know.
Yeah.
I'm willing to see what Nick wants to do. Nick,
Yeah.
that frog guy is following us, and he's hot on our tail. We got like an hour before he gets here. Do you think we should like do a final stand sort of thing, showdown, or do you think we should make him eat our dust?
Well, he's gonna follow you forever, Captain, and keep trying to kill you. That's honestly, if nothing else, that's really annoying. And I think that we could deal with one last thing on our back before we get to literal paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is he? He's like off the back of the ship?
Yeah, about an hour away.
About an hour away?
Yeah, Z
Yeah.
just made out the sails at the edge of the horizon.
Well,
All right.
let's sail out and then stop, and I think as they're approaching us, we can turn cannons facing and give them a nice warm welcome party as they approach us.
Yeah. All right. I'm ready for that.
All right, everyone. Change of plan. Battle stations. I want starboard side. All cannons on starboard side. We're gonna sail
I
out
want to
in
know
turn.
why does he need another ship? Obviously, he's got a perfectly good one right there. He's chasing us with. Why does he need this ship? Did you ever think of that?
I mean, look at the ship. It's beautiful and it's ours. If I was anyone else, if I had his shitty little sloop, I'd want this ship too.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point.
I have a bit of an idea. I don't want to kind of kill them because we stole the ship. They're kind of right in this one. So how about we do something to scare them off? I can
Yeah.
turn into something very big and very scary while you talk to them.
Sounds like a good plan. I'm not even all for killing them. Just make sure that they know that Hellborn's got a new crew and the crew's not going anywhere. Turning into something big and scary sounds good to me.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. And
Big
I
and
guess
scary.
we sail out and then we ready ourselves.
All right.
All cannons
So-
on starboard.
Sailing out, all cannons to the starboard side. You do have an hour to prepare as the ship makes its way towards you. Its unwitting crew sailing directly towards your cannons. Unconcerned, apparently, as the frog stands at the helm. You see, as they look out over the waters, their eyes scour the ship, looking at the flurry of movement before locking eyes on Captain Bailey. And you watch as water begins to flood over their skin, a look of absolute rage crossing their face. As their eyes shift from purple to deep black, something beyond the depths of the ocean. And they stand just a little taller, crossing the 7-foot line. As their green skin fades to a deep blue and points their pistol at you, Bailey, and says, "How about you get the fuck off my ship?" And we'll see everybody next week for
Let's go.
Oh,
He's
the
shoot.
season finale.
fucking killing this guy.
Oh my god! For the season
We
finale of
embarrassed-
killing this guy.
We embarrassed this man twice. Let's make this shit a hat trick. This man's gonna be so embarrassed he'll never show his face near a pool of water again.
Yes. So next week is the season finale of Fate of the Ocean. So thank you to everybody for hanging out with us. Thank you to all of our wonderful, wonderful players. I hope Cryptic Every was not too terribly annoying. But feel free to murder him if you so choose.
Oh no, he's great.
No, we're friends now.
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
There
he's
you
part
go.
of the
Agreed
crew.
to be part of the ship, part of the
we,
crew.
we don't kill crew members.
No.
All right. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you back here next week at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Have a good night, though, and enjoy what
night.
remains of International Talk Like Pirate Day.
Oh.
Yar!
Huzzah!
Yes, boy.